Hi, everybody, and welcome to the show, The Strange Reality with Dave Emmons. And I just put my book trailer out, my promo. It's out on Facebook right now. I'm going to put it on other media, and I'm working with Audacity Labs also to distribute my films and podcasts. Uh, I'm also working with, uh, with Les here, and he's been showing me, my guest that's going to be here with me. He's been showing me some technical stuff, and he's very technical. I mean, I'm not a techie, and that's been my weakness. So that's not my big forte or my thing to do. But I'm working with also a publisher who actually made the video portion of my promo of trailer, and I did the script writing of it. And the song also I got. It's a song they worked on, and actually Les has been working on it. Les Durrant, as he's been working on that song, kind of cleaning it up while we doing some pre-show stuff, and we've been talking and exchanging ideas about it. And he's been showing me the tech stuff, and he's fantastic in the tech world. He's got a lot of UFO and orb videos, and he's going to show us a few tonight as we get into the show. And I want to just tell everybody that yes, it's a this disclosure thing. I think it's got to come from within you. You have to believe. I know a lot of people I talk to, they don't believe, and they have to see it to believe it. And that's true. I've even had some paranormal things that have been going on around me in the past couple of weeks, and it doesn't stop. Once they kind of tag you, they know who you are. They follow up, and that's been a known thing for some time. But yeah, it gets a little scary and sometimes a little tiresome. I'm wearing I guess what you would call, is Steve Mera told me to wear a wrought iron medallion, and he said that kind of gets dispels some of the ET energy, and it's scientifically proven that UV light and wrought iron dispels a lot of, or it reflects some of the UT energy that they might hit you with, and it kind of helps protect you. And I know Les has got some things going on there. He's got some ideas too. But let me introduce my guest, talking away here, and that's what happened to Les and I. We went talking away, and he was cleaning up my intro song, in which this Les is very talented with the
Oh,
computer.
thank
There's
you.
no doubt. He's Les Durrant. He's based in North Little Rock, Arkansas, and he's from the heart of North Little Rock, Arkansas. Les Durrant, passionate UFO researcher and storyteller, takes you on an electrifying journey through real life sightings, glowing orbs, and unexplained aerial phenomena on his YouTube channel, Objects and Orbs. Originally from Mineral Bluff, Georgia, near Blue Ridge, Les has moved across the country, now based in Arkansas, but his encounters span states. He's seen craft in Tennessee, Utah, Texas, and North Carolina, but that's not all. I mean, you're going to see him anywhere you go because they're going to follow you around. I know
Yes,
that for sure, Les. And
yes,
Les
yes.
is a seasoned expert, having shared his insights in countless podcasts and featured in documentary Encounters, the complete interviews, season one, episode three. His captivating storytelling and firsthand experiences make him one of the most trusted voices in UFO research today. And he's got a radio background, kind of like me. He's worked in some radio stations, Christian and country, and he knows a lot about radio work, and that's where I come from journalism. That was radio and TV journalism, not print journalism, but I ended up doing some printing of books, and I'm going to be working on my fifth book, in which is going to be short stories, real, and they're real short stories. So, and it's going to be something that I think that's going to help people take a quick read of certain books and certain stories, and get to know a little bit about what really happens with a person who's a contactee, experiencer, or an unwilling participant, is what I call it a lot of times. And Les Durrant, welcome to the show, buddy. You've been here before, and
Yeah,
you've been teaching me some things in which you showed me 100 different little items, and I thought,
yeah.
Les, I might remember 10 out of those 100, but
That's
I'm
all
not a
right.
techie.
That's all
Les
right, my friend.
Les Durrant, tell us about what you're doing now and what's up with you.
Oh, Oh my goodness. Okay, so now Dave, I you have the honor of me be that's my very first podcast was with you, brother. So
Really? Okay.
yes, now I've done about 70.
Okay.
Yeah. Also, I am in a documentary called Encounters: The Complete Interviews, and by Bill Howard, and I'm in season one, episode three. I know quite a few of those abductees that are in that. I feel kind of the one that wasn't the abductee, and there I showed people basically how I capture UFOs, and so it was such a pleasure to have him come up here. He's very well, um, just a great documentary filmmaker, and also he was doing some documentaries as well, and then one of them that he did kind of led him this way. So, and then I've hosted a UFO conference in Blue Ridge, Georgia, and had a bunch of people come to that. And
Really? Great.
yes, and then I had some guests from. I had a MUFON director or assistant from Alabama come and speak, and then I had a few different people come and speak, and we did it for charity. We did it for the Fannin County Family Connection. They're a food bank, but they also allow people to take showers and stuff, and so we gave them half the profits, which is great. And
Hmm.
because one thing about it is that I never wanted to make any money on this. I just wanted to get the information out there. And so, and that was sort of something we were talking about earlier about I have so much stuff, so many files that I'm really to do crowdsourcing with it now.
Hmm.
And I'm wanting to be able to give my directories out and to give people access to that to where they can have access to my files and put their own filters on them and put their own spin on them.
Hmm.
And that's
Well, I'm
something that,
glad I got you started in podcasting. You know,
yes, yes,
I'm glad, that's what I want to do. A lot of people ask me, why do you do all this stuff? Why do you do podcasts? Why do you write books where there's not much money in UFO materials and there's
right.
not much money in podcasting unless you get up there to be a real media star. And sometimes, there are some people who break that's limit there in YouTube and make some money, but it's not all about the money. Sure, I'd like to
No,
recover some of my losses, but the true thing in my what I want to do, Les, is enlighten people, and also
yes,
that's in my theme song, in which I'm going to bring out before long. That's in my intro song. Enlighten people and have people share in consciousness, and know what this is all about. Know that history is
yes,
not real. We are a matrix. We are a hologram,
we
and
are.
actually, it just comes down to that. And a lot of people know it. The government knows that. CIA knows that. So that's the thing. And also that general that disappeared, that major general, he disappeared 2 weeks ago, and he worked for what was it, Andrews Air Force Base, or one of them that they thought they had some of the Roswell wreckage there. And
Oh
he's been a
wow. Okay.
scientist and he's worked on all this stuff, and he's
Right.
been retired for several years now, but he he's gone. He's just
Wow.
disappeared now for 2 weeks. And actually, it was on news tonight. It was on Fox News. They talked about the story about him being missing, and they mentioned that about the Roswell crash stuff, and also
Yes.
that he was been involved in UFO, scientific stuff. So he must know too much. So I don't know. I,
Well,
I
would you
hope that
like
doesn't
to?
happen to a lot of people, Les.
Well, would you like to know that Roswell was definitely real? I do have some proof positive for you if you would like it.
Sure.
Do you have
You,
your phone with you? I'm gonna let you download it.
oh no, I can't do that. I'm not.
Well, well, why not? Well, this is how
I'm,
you
I'm
do it.
not techy enough. I might mess it
No,
up there, Les.
do you know how to search on Google?
Yeah. Hmm.
Okay, I want you to type it this way. Search Majik.
Okay. Let me get my Google up here.
Okay, and I want your listeners to do this, your viewers
Okay.
too.
Tell it to me again. Sorry, people. I'm a
Okay,
little slow here.
don't let it autocorrect.
Okay.
Majik space Reagan Regan Magic Reagan. Search that.
Magic after Reagan.
Yeah, no, Magic Reagan, Magic first, and then Reagan,
Oh,
Magic
okay.
Reagan,
Okay. All right.
and it will take you to the Ronald Reagan Presidential Library and tell me what it says on that page.
Okay. It says
Does it say worm file?
I don't see that. Let's see. Najik. Did I get that
No,
right?
M is in Mary.
Oh, M.
Yeah,
Okay.
like the word sounds like magic, but it's M is in Mary, A is in apple,
Okay.
J is in Jack, I is in igloo, K is in koala.
Okay. And magic. What was the next one? Make sure I got.
Reagan, Reagan.
Okay. The next one is there's another word, right?
Nope.
Nope. Okay. Okay. It says Reagan profile TV composer frequently
Let me make
discussed
sure you downloaded it.
magic
Let me
magic
make,
Reagan Kevin Baker info.
nope. Okay,
That's
let me
not
make
it.
sure. Are you on Google?
Yes, I am.
Okay. So this is a new search. M is
Okay.
in Mary.
Hold on. Let me get back. All right. M
Yep. A
A
J
A
I
I
K
A
space Reagan.
R
Don't
E
let it out
A
like
R E.
Ronald Reagan.
Okay.
And don't let it autocorrect to Magic.
Okay. Okay. Magic Reagan likely refers to Magic Reagan concept, often describing charismatic, transformative political appeal of President Ronald Reagan.
No. Well, okay, so basically you're looking at Majestic 12 and it would download a
Uh,
PDF file and then the
okay.
PDF file. So when you go in and you search MAJIK, Magic Reagan, it
Mm-hmm.
will bring it up. And then on page 18 of that file, it is the Roswell paperwork. So that
Okay.
gives you all the information right there. And then it says that there were bodies recovered at the scene. And if you want, I can read about it for you.
Yeah.
So
And you got a brief read there. Go ahead.
yes, definitely. So here we go. I'm going to pull it now. I have all these documents. So in order of, there we go. I call this the Eisenhower report. Okay, so I'm going to hit just once. Okay, now let me share my screen with you so you can see it.
Okay.
Just one moment. Okay. Okay. Right here. There we go. Share. There we go. And this one right here. Right there. Share. Okay. You see it now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Perfect.
You started. Okay.
This is
There it
what you
is.
were looking for.
Yeah.
So it would say WHORM file. Okay. Now we're going to scroll on down. We're going to go all the way down to 18. Anybody can do this. I want everybody to do this. Have you ever heard of Majestic 12?
Yes. Yes, I have.
Okay. This right here tells you all about Majestic 12. Okay. So let's go back up here. Nope. It basically starts at 17. There we go. I'm not going to read the whole thing. Operation Majestic 12 is a top secret research and development intelligence operation responsible directly and only to the President of the United States. Operations of the project are carried out under the control of the Majestic 12 group, which was established by a special classification executive order by President Truman on 24 September 1947. Okay. Now, have you ever heard James Forrestal?
Yes, he's the one who died mysteriously.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's right. He didn't commit suicide. We think he was pushed.
Right. He was
Okay,
pushed out.
so
And
here's
wasn't there somebody else on there, Bush or something?
yes. Let me bring that up.
This is the President
Yes,
Bush's. Yeah.
Vannevar Bush.
Yeah.
Vannevar. Yep.
That was his uncle, I think. Bush's uncle.
Okay.
I think
So
so.
then here's where the meat and potatoes lies. Okay, so um this talks about the Roswell. I'm going to skip the first paragraph. I'm going to go to the second one down here. And then I says on July 7, 1947, a secret operation was begun to ensure recovery of the wreckage of this object for scientific study. During the course of this operation, aerial reconnaissance discovered that four small human-like beings had apparently ejected from the craft at some point before it exploded. These had fallen to Earth about 2 miles east of the wreckage site. All four were dead and badly decomposed due to action by predators and exposure to the elements during the approximately 1 week time period which had elapsed before the discovery. A special scientific team, Majestic 12, took charge of removing these bodies for study. The wreckage of the craft was also removed to several different locations. And here's the kicker: civilian and military witnesses in the area were debriefed, and news reporters were given the effective cover story that the object had been a misguided weather balloon. Where have we heard
Hmm.
that before?
Yeah, yeah.
And then now, if you, I'm not going to read this whole paragraph here, but the bottom part here says numerous examples of what appeared to be a form of writing were found in the wreckage. Efforts to decipher these have remained largely unsuccessful. Equally unsuccessful have been efforts to determine the method of propulsion of the nature of the method of the transmission of the power source involved. Research along these lines has been complicated by the complete absence of identifiable wings, propellers, jets, or other conventional methods of wiring, vacuum tubes, or similar recognizable electronic components. It is assumed that the propulsion unit was completely destroyed by the explosion which caused the craft.
Hmm.
Yes, which caused the crash. Yes. Okay. So this was, if you type in like Magic 12, you should be able to get that. So let me see, because you can still see my Google, right?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna type in Magic 12, MAJIK, Magic 12. I'm not Magic 12. Magic Reagan, Reagan, Magic Reagan. Okay, it's gonna take you. Oh, yeah, I see now. Oh, you gotta slow down. You just gotta scroll down a little bit. Oh, you're right. Oh, interesting. It seems that paperwork doesn't seem to be as easy to find anymore. There it is. It's right here. That's why. FE10, same thing. Let's see if it's the same. Bingo.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's the one that you want. And there are others that seem to be redacted, but this is the right one. So scroll down to where it's right below Spotify and it says FE010-01 case number. That's the one. Yeah,
Okay.
that's it right there. Okay, so that basically tells us that yes, they're real. Um, Anything beyond that is not correct because let me go over here and stop the
So the
share.
bodies spent a week or 2 weeks out in the desert. Nobody saw them, and they
Right.
decomposed. I didn't
And
hear that part of it. Yeah.
yes, and I live in Lubbock, Texas, which is about 170 miles from Roswell,
Hmm.
and I have a news clipping from the Lubbock Avalanche on July 7, 1947, showing that there were people who had seen crafts in the sky. They called them discs at the
Yeah.
time, and they actually right here. Oh, right there. Okay, let me share the screen with you. So here we go. 1 second. All right, and let's do this right here. Yep, there it is. Okay, so this is from the Lubbock Journal, and I don't know if you can see my mouse, but in the let me see. Oh, I can make it
There it
bigger.
is. Yeah. It's paper. Lubbock Journal.
Yep, 3 more Lubbock persons report seeing flying discs. Okay, look at the date. Monday, July 7, 1947. That's the
Hmm.
same day of the
Yeah.
Roswell incident, right?
Wow.
So that
Hmm.
that seals the coffin, so to say, on that
Yeah.
deal.
I didn't know that. That's new to me. That's pretty good.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah,
And
Les.
so then beyond that, I now okay. Here's the thing. Do you want to know? Okay. Now you want to know if Majestic 12 is real. All right, great. Well, here's what we're going to do. We're going to open up. uh, Hold on just a second. Let's see. We're going to open this. Oh, sorry. You're going to flip when you see this. Let's see. Open with. Here we go. And Google Chrome. All right. Now let me go ahead and share this with you. Well, I'll do this in a sailing way. All right. Stand by because I've got something big coming up. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Majestic 12 official manual of extraterrestrial entities and technology, recovery and disposal. Top secret magic, MAJIC. Oh, crap. I told you MAJIK. No, MAJC. Magic eyes only. Ooh.
So
Right.
they actually had a report on the recovery of the ship and the bodies.
Yes. And this is the exact book that they use for handling all of that.
Oh, that's a manual. That's not a
Yes,
specific case of Roswell, right?
right. Yeah, yes. So what did remember they got those entities at Roswell, and then remember how Magic 12 was set up, Majestic 12 was set up. And this talks about this right here, this description of craft, description of extraterrestrial biological entities, EBEs,
Hmm.
even back in the 50s. Reproduction in any form is forbidden by federal law. Oh well, come get me. Um, okay, so now we want to look to see
It's public
where do you
knowledge, internet.
where do you think the president lies in the hierarchy of
I
knowing
Yeah,
about?
I've heard he's only like just like they're showing only about halfway up.
You are exactly right. You are
Yeah,
exactly right.
yeah.
Okay, now so beyond that, and now it's very compartmentalized. Now my dad, I know that because my dad was in the Navy, and back in the day when he was flying C-130s over in Guam, and he would back be in the mechanic department or whatever, but he'd go up there by the um, navigation department and they'd be like, "What are you doing looking in here?"
Hmm.
So now let me make this bigger.
Now,
Okay,
can the magic majestic and the cosmic and the Luna, all these people that had these high levels, they can tell the president he has to have a need to know. Is that what they tell him?
yes, yeah, they can. He probably knows, but they know a lot more than him. Okay,
Yeah.
so if you have a quick second, ask what cosmic clearance is. So
Okay, what is it?
cosmic, hey, that's cosmic, baby, cosmic. Okay, you
Yeah.
know what that is? That has to do with NATO. So if you look at
Okay.
if you ask what is cosmic clearance, yes, it's NATO. So if NATO goes down, well, guess what? You have 12 dudes in Majestic 12, which is probably a whole division that handles it because if things start going ape, then they're the ones. Now, to blow you away, have you ever heard of Above Majestic?
No. No.
No. Oh my goodness. Okay. Well,
That would have to be
that did it.
close
Okay.
to working with aliens or ETs, right?
Okay. Yeah. Above Majestic. Okay. Here we go. So now you know what Majestic is, right?
Yeah.
So in 2018, there's a film called Above Majestic, and you can actually watch this on Google Play. Or not on Google Play, but you can actually watch it on YouTube, which is great. And it has James Corey Good, Laura Magdalene Eisenhower in it, David Adair, Sutton Taylor. It even has a Ronald Reagan talking about what if we
Mhm.
were invaded by aliens.
Right.
So yes, and you can watch this literally for free on YouTube. So what they're stating is that Above Majestic goes above them to where it's the Freemasons that have it's because of they have all the money, and then it is reptilian. So yeah, now that would be homework for your people to watch
So
because the other day
reptilians
the
are
other
above majestic 12.
Yes, yes. The
Well,
other day I was at my friend's house and he had somebody there who had no idea that we were into UFOs. And we were talking about is like, yeah, because I've got a friend of mine who's part reptilian and blah blah blah. There you go. He's like, what? Part reptilian? I was like, yeah. Like, okay. And so I tend to spit out things too fast without people being able to digest them quick enough.
Mhm.
So, but yeah, so that would be your your homework would be to watch Above Majestic on YouTube, and it's free, and you will be so very surprised by it.
Yeah, the reptilians, they can shape shift and look like people, and
Yes,
they can be in the top government workings in Washington D.C.
that's right.
And
That's
they're
right.
yeah, they're in Washington D.C. There's
And you
been
can
some films of some of them taking pictures of them when they're in their when they're in the reptilian shape and their
yep,
eyes and
yep.
how they move their mouth. It's kind of
Yes,
weird. I don't know
even
if it's camera trickery. Les, is it AI camera trickery that they're doing that on with
no,
these?
no,
You think it's real?
no, because there some people are cut that way. Like even my face, my face is cut quite square,
Hmm.
right? Like my face is different than even your face because your face is very round.
Yeah,
Cut,
it looks like a watermelon head.
yeah. See, I'm cut like this. Have you ever
Uh-huh.
noticed that a lot of security guards and people in the military and people like that are they're cut square?
Yeah,
That those are reptilian. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. And they got the slits in their eyes. Sometimes they make a mistake by showing them.
Definitely. And
Yeah.
I had a friend of mine over in the UK, and that you could see the wrinkles on their forehead start to be like this. You kind of see them like that. So how some people have wrinkles in their forehead. By all
Hmm.
means, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have some new stuff to show us, Les?
Yes, I
Yeah.
sure do.
That's
So
good to going back into our history of the UFOs, but I think there's
yeah,
so many things going on today. There's so many sightings, and I've
definitely.
had my share of sightings and also, some interactions here lately, the last few months, and it
Yes,
never stops. And so
yeah, definitely.
what do you got for us that you can show us?
So I'm
You
gonna
showed some orbs earlier to the
yes, I've got
pre-show.
some yeah, I've got some stuff here that we're going to want to take a look at.
Okay.
And I will tell you that since we've talked, I've got two more MUFON unknowns. So I've got a total of four MUFON unknowns right now.
Okay.
And that is something that I'm very, thankful for. Oh, now you were talking about getting big or something like that. And so I got to tell you, I was walking down the street and I talked to this homeless person, and I was just introducing myself, just asking how she was, and she's like, "I know you." I'm like, "What?" And she's like, "I know you." I'm like, "How?" She said, "You're the guy from the documentary." I'm like, "Holy crap!" I mean, like, I just moved here from Georgia a year ago.
Yeah.
So how is it that somebody knows me from a documentary? Wow, that's like, wow, okay, that blew me away. So, yeah, but I'm very humbled by that. Okay, so let's take a look here at this one was on October 16th, and I'm gonna tell people I've got so many files that need to be processed. So here we go. This one, I'm holding it steady. It seems to be moving up and down. Let me go back over here just a little bit and do this again. There we go. See how it's like kind of
This
red,
one, yeah, a lot of people have mistaken it for airplane, like
red and
you
white?
said
Yes,
earlier, Les. Yeah.
exactly. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So now here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go back here in my software, and I'm going to hold down the greater than sign. And this is something that you could do. Like, let's say if you go outside and you catch something in the sky, a lot of times people say, oh, well, that's just a dot. Well,
Hmm.
now you can go in with a program called Precise Frame by Frame, and you can catch something like this. And you zoom in, and then I'm going to use Alt over here because I'm on the PC. And then I'm going to use this to go in. I'm going to use E, I'm sorry. There we go. And the thing about SM Player, you can only go so far, but we're gonna continue going a little bit and bring this over here just like that. My wife's taking the dog out. Okay. Even this right here looks pretty nice.
Hmm.
So these move so fast. So here's why a lot of times people don't get good pictures of them if it's because they are vibrating. So I'm going to hit the greater than one time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See how that is completely different?
Yes. Mhm.
Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in here and with the SM player, I can go in with video and I'm going to do equalizer. And let's bring this up just a little bit. I'm going to bring up the brightness just a hair. There we go. But I'm going to bring down the contrast there. And then I am going to bring up the gamma right there. Let's do that. And maybe let's bring that down. I'm not messing with the hue at all. Okay. So we got that. Now let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Still in 6 seconds. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, whoa, let's go back. See how quick that was?
Mhm.
Okay. Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
What's with that? Okay. So
What do you
we're going
think, Les? What do you think those different colors are? What's your
uh
thoughts?
here's the thing about that. So I was watching this video on YouTube. We play it for the dogs at night, and it's the Australian the Great Barrier Reef, and
Hmm.
there's all those beautiful colors down there. What do they mean? Now, different colors, of course, are frequencies. So so with that, I'm going to tell you, I don't know. But one thing that I do know about these is, I'm very convinced that they are what I call organic in the fact that they are somehow alive.
Yeah, a lot of people have said that. And
Now,
I'm wondering also if that white area is the energy source of a craft. That
probably
could be the bottom of the craft, and that's the
very,
energy source.
very, yeah, very well.
And
And
you don't see the real craft itself. You just see the lights, the frequencies, and the energy that it emits. Less. Yeah.
right, exactly. Yeah. So I'm going to see if I can go in a few more times and bring this over here like this. There we go. Oh, I like that. Okay. So within just the 7 seconds out of a 1 minute and 45-second clip, how many of these have we gotten? And so, even on this piece of film or video or file, it would be great if I had a crowdsource that could go in and say, yeah, I will do whatever kinds of filters on this. That would be great. That gives me the ability to go get more footage. So then whoever wants to do this, hey, I will be more than happy to give you a copy of of this exact same file we're looking at right now. Look at that purple.
Hmm.
That's just I
It's
love that.
pretty.
I love
Yeah.
that in there. And oh, this
That
other one
looked
right
like an
here.
orange one. Yeah.
Yeah. So let's go back. I went so now if you let's say if you lose it, not a big deal. You're gonna use just the back arrow. That's gonna go back 9 seconds, and then I'm gonna go wide. That way I don't lose it. And now I'm gonna go back and hit this, and it should come up. Nope, that's why it was over here.
Les, have you ever gotten any video of a craft, an actual? You can see the shape of it. Have you ever
Yeah,
gotten anything like that?
yes, yes. Let me show you my favorite. This is my baby. This is the one that this is one of my favorite ones right here. So let's take a look. Okay. And there we go. Videos, pre-presentation. I'll show you some of the ones that I showed at my conference. This is the golden object. Drop that into there. Just wait, here it goes. It's gonna appear in the frame here in just a moment. That's my wife yelling at the dog. This is up in Georgia. And I thought I saw two crafts, but in reality, it it's well, it's hard to explain. Here we go.
Wow.
Oh,
Yeah.
Wow.
Mhm.
Wow. I still see them.
okay. So,
Yeah, that's no airplane.
no, and here's the fun part on that. What's this? You can actually see something above it. So let me bring it back. Okay.
And those kind of look like energy jets or plasma jets.
And you can
It's
actually see
that,
inside. To
yeah,
me,
you
it looks like there could be an entity inside of it. Okay. Now, what I'm wanting to show you is going to be coming up right. Oh, the other thing about this is if you can look really closely and see something behind it. So I'm going to go wide. I'm going to go pretty far wide on this because what I'm going to show you totally. Oh, go back. Right here. Okay. La, 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 la. You don't
okay.
see this
It's talking
white
about
piece.
that little
Yep.
round disc to the right.
Yep. So I'm going to go past it first. Right here. There we go.
Yeah, so they must have been together. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. So it's only there for just a second. It goes like this. And
Mm.
see how that went up?
Yeah.
Okay. Now I'm going to go in with this. So if I don't know if you can see my mouse or you can see my mouse, but if you look in there really close, it looks like there's something behind him, or he's like in some kind of a compartment. One thing that I'm going to try is this. Let's cancel this. Is video, and let's do the equalizer again, and I'm going to take out the saturation. There we go. There we go. Right there. Close. And then I'm going to go like this. Bring this over here. Now, let's watch it. And see, it goes very, very quick.
That kind of looks like a metal craft of some kind, gray metal.
Yes. And and then I will take off the filters here in just a sec. Okay, so there. See how the lights came on?
Mm-hmm.
All right, now I'm going to take off the filters because sometimes with the filters you can see stuff that you never would have noticed before, and that's my main thing. Is I want people to rip my videos up and determine themselves if what they're seeing is something different than what they think.
Right.
That's what it's all about, because if you can research on your own and learn, that's fine. So I'm gonna reset this, bam, like that, and then okay, so that's the golden object. So
Yeah.
that's one of them. And then my other one that, let's see, here we go. Here comes another one. Okay, here comes another one. Watch it over the
What's
wire.
that dark line, Les?
I'm sorry.
Thank you.
What's
Oh,
that
that
line?
is
Let's zoom in on it.
Power
electrical.
line?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Now you see just a dot. Now you know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna come in here and I'm gonna go E. Okay, and then I'm gonna hold down the oh. Now for this one, I'm going to go back into the equalizer. I'm gonna reset. Oh, it's already reset. So I'm going to bring up the saturation just a little bit, and let's do the brightness. There we go. And then the contrast down. Contrast up. There we go. All right.
Mm.
Now I'm going to hit close for now. Now let's do this. Boom. All, oh, yeah. Sometimes they have eyes. So we're going to go E, Alt, down. We're going to go E. And this is what we call a Merkaba vehicle, or Merkaba, or what Ezekiel's wheel.
Yeah, wheel within a wheel. Yeah.
Mhm. Yep.
Okay.
These guys are different than you can tell that this one's going to be different than the one that I called organic. So I'm going to come over here to
Are
the
these
video.
some of the orbs or plasma orbs that they saw on the East Coast a year or two ago, and they're still seeing them every once in a while?
Yes, could be both, because these, when you see what these are, they are sort, I would say, almost completely different, if that makes sense. Let's take a look. There we go. Okay. Can you almost see some eyes in there?
Yes, the two
Okay.
dark eyes, right? Yeah.
Yes, correct. Now, this changes so much quicker. So if you look at the bottom, it's 19 seconds. So I'm going to go one, change already. Two, change again. Oh, look at that.
Yeah, the eyes are still prominent.
Yes. Okay. So this is where I need somebody to do a screenshot of this and bring the best part out. That's kind of what I'm going to do. But I'm gonna come over here, try to get the best that I can. So let me go ahead and reset it, and then bring up the brightness there so it's pretty bright. Bring down the, there we go. And then I don't like messing with the hue, and bring the gamma down. Okay, that that kind of helps a little bit. Now close. Okay, we're back over here. So I can do that again, 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 again. This is what it looks like going by. It looks like a white dot, but it looks like it has a little bit of a warble to it. So the bus stuff is yet to come. Okay,
Like,
so go down
like it
here a
even
little bit.
flashes a tail, Les.
Yes, exactly. I'm gonna go back over here and go wide. There it is. Oh, look at that. Okay. So I'm gonna hold down that, and I'm gonna scooch it over. This is similar. Now, when you see this,
Yeah,
yeah, that does kind of look a little bit similar to the other one.
right.
I'm going to now come over to the video and equalizer again. And now, if you see any that you want to look at, just, hey, go back and look at this. So let's bring that contrast down and maybe brightness up. That's still a little high there. Okay. So, and here's another good thing. Once you make your screenshot in on your Android phone, you can go to Snapseed by Google and do all the filters that I'm doing. Oh, that, look at that. Whoop, right there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we're gonna zoom in and come over here. Just like that. And I'm trying to get a happy medium, and I know that there is a way, because if I could have done this stuff 10 years, maybe 15, 20 years ago, it it would be a game changer for me. But now it still is. But that's why I like to have people come teach me. I'm going to give it full saturation. Ooh, okay. But I had a guy staying at our house for a little bit, and he said, "No, try this, blah blah." And I was like, "Oh my goodness, okay, I never would have thought of that." There we go. And okay, so let's move on to the next one. And there's so many. I've already done these, so I'm just gonna keep going.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I
Oh, look
imagine how many of those do you say you actually got recorded,
at
Les?
tons. I could probably have about 20 of them at least.
Yeah.
And I had, like I said, I've got a bunch that still need to be worked on. But look at those colors. It's just like,
Mm-hmm.
wow. That, and then it goes from pink to a baby blue. That one looks like it's got a face. The colors are amazing. And then you zoom out, and then, you know, so yeah. And this now silver object, I don't think I can find. I'm trying to see if. Oh, I know. I've got one from my mom's house when we saw this. I'm getting a video. Okay.
Okay.
So here we go. I'm getting a video of it. Hey, can you go get my mom? Hey, mom. So what I did was I can also summon them now too. So what I did is I said, "Can you fly by?" I do what um Bledsoe does, and even what Greer does without all the meditating, all that. I just walk out and say, "Hey, can you fly by?" And then I'll pick a planet or a star. And in this case, I said, "Can you fly by so my mom can see it?" But my mom's seen stuff a lot in Georgia. So here we go. Let's take a look. Now I'm going to zoom in. And at first, you would think that this is a plane with the exhaust coming out. Okay. So let's watch a little bit of it. We just called that within seconds, and it looks like something interesting. So now I'm going to come over here now,
Kind of
and
looks like an upside down U.
it sure does. Let's
Yeah.
go over and pull this up. Okay. And I'm going to use my alt down. Okay. And now with what we've done before, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to come over to the equalizer, and you wouldn't believe all my old files that I've gone through and found new stuff. That's the crazy thing.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. So let's bring that up.
Yeah, you can tell that's not an airplane.
There.
It doesn't.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Okay.
It's good that you got those close-up shots of it. That really,
Yeah.
shows that it's not an airplane. It's not.
Yeah. And the with the technology, I couldn't have done this my first move on unknown was 5 years ago here in Arkansas, literally about 45 miles from here. And I could have never really did what I'm doing now. And I have a gamer. I have an actual gamer computer that I'm using for video. And okay, so we have this. Now, if you zoom in too far, sometimes it won't let you do the frame by frame. So I don't have a problem with that. Let me just come over here and go back and I'm going to bring this all the way out.
Yeah, my brother has quite a few orbs that he's filmed, and he's filmed some of them that went around in circles, and they were just round orbs, and they just went around in
Yeah,
circles. You ever seen that,
yeah.
Les?
I have yet to see anything that as profound as that. I did.
He's actually got video, and he told me. I said, why don't I show them to the people? And he
Yeah.
says, I don't want the men in black at my house. He's
No.
scared.
No.
So
Now I will tell you this: that we used to live up in the mountains in Georgia, and about 2,000 feet high. And one day, my wife said, "Hey, who owns that black SUV out there?" And of course, they were backed up to the house, and that's what men in black do. They back up. And I said, I didn't see anything. And then we went out there, and they were completely gone.
hmm,
Yeah. Now I haven't anything else like that. Here we go. There. Oh, there we go. There's some lights. Right. Let me see if I can catch the. There was one that I really liked before. That. So, yeah, that's a cool thing about this is you can go in and find a really good shot, then and go back and edit it, and kind of find out more whatever else that you need to. So that's kind of odd. Okay, oh, that's what that is right there. Oh, oh, it's really strange.
it looks square there.
Yeah. Now, all of my whoa,
Now it goes back to the A shape.
yeah. See, so why would it do just that?
Mm.
It's like trying to catch focus. And I'm using a Samsung. That's my other gig is I use what I've got, and so I'm using a Samsung S22 for my for doing the videos. And then
But
when I'm done,
have
I
you,
plug it in. Go
Les,
ahead.
have you felt any energy from these
Yes,
plasmoids or orbs?
yes, angelic types of feelings. They definitely put off a good vibe, and
Mm-hmm.
I've never been afraid of them. I know that they come and check on me. They followed me from Georgia to Utah to North Carolina. I've got this one video where it was about 20 miles from our house in North Carolina, in Murphy, North Carolina. And for my birthday, they followed me, and we've got a beautiful video, a blue orb type one that
Mm-hmm.
changed. And you can also go to my YouTube channel and check that out. I'm only about five viewers away from hitting 1,000 subscribers now. So go
Oh,
to my
great.
YouTube channel and yeah, Objects and Orbs.
Well,
So
great. Uh, Now, with everything that's going on now with disclosure, and
mhm.
do you work with MUFON? Are they saying anything about disclosure? Have you heard anything,
No,
Les, on your?
no, I am to where because I'm ADHD, I don't really dig in very much as far as to try to dig into the rabbit hole. I try to get the best for the rabbit hole.
Mhm.
That's kind of what I do. Now, yes, I am certified as a MUFON field investigator for the state of Georgia, but there's some, let's just say that there's some back office stuff that I didn't agree with and I didn't like. And they did blacklist me for a little bit. And fortunately, I'm not blacklisted here in Arkansas because I was what they call a serial submitter. And basically, that just means that you submit so many things that they think you're a nut and I actually have the actual MUFON documents that say that.
Oh,
And
it's funny you say that, Les, because there's a lot of people who've been followed all throughout their life, just like me. And I was told by Linda Moulton Hall that if you have one or two experiences, people can digest that. But once you start having more and they start following you through your life and you have them all the time,
right,
people start thinking, okay, he's a serial reporter. Well,
right.
that's not the case. I know people who have been contacted all throughout their lives, and I've heard them
Yep,
talk about it on podcasts. And myself, I don't have no reason to lie.
right.
I don't have any reason to do this stuff
Nope.
except to let people know the truth out there and enlighten people. And
Right.
that's what's important to me. And believing me or whatever they want to do, that's fine. Seeing is believing, that's fine. But I can tell you, and I'm honest about what I'm saying, is I've had a lot of experiences and I still have them, even to this day on a road trip I had last September. A
Mm,
couple of things happened to me there, and I actually got pictures of a sphere, an
wow.
actual sphere, like you're
Wow.
showing an orb. It's actually a physical sphere. It was like silver in color, aluminum kind of color.
Well,
Well, it hit me. It hit me with energy. Yeah, I got
make sure
pictures of it.
to yeah, make sure to send it to me so I can take a look at it because
Yeah.
I could probably find some stuff in there that maybe you had never seen before or
Hmm.
that you hadn't thought of seeing before.
Yeah.
And
Well, the cell phone doesn't do it much justice. It was closer actually to me than what the cell phone showed.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
and
Yeah,
also I got video in my house of a tall gray, real quick, within a flash. He saw my camera, and I got an infrared trail camera I set out all the time. Ever since 2000, I've had visitors inside my house, so I set those out every once in a while. And especially when my wife is gone on the trip, like in the Philippines for a little bit, and when she leaves, that's when things starts happening. I don't know why, but
mhm,
they'll start coming around. So I get my cameras out, and I caught something here about it was I think it was February 9th. I caught at the top of my stairs. I had the trail camera. This being comes in real quick, sees the camera, flashes back like it's jumping through
yes.
the wall, and then
Yep.
its hand was dragging on the when it was walking backward or going backward. The hand showed, and you can see the long fingers on it. I'll have to
Yes.
send you that film. Maybe you can kind of clean it up for
Actually,
me.
you did. You did send it to me.
Did I?
Yes. I
Okay.
edited it. I edited it for you. It was right along the line, right on the edge of the kind of like a door, and then you at the beginning you had the number of the video, like it was like whatever date it was or something like that, and
Yeah.
but it only like maybe you said it was within the first 2 seconds or something.
Yeah. First two
Yeah.
seconds.
And so I did find, and I did put some filters on it, and yeah, it you can watch the knuckle kind of slide by, and it goes
Mm-hmm.
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So hey, that's an amazing shot right there. Just that alone is perfect. I have seen some videos online where these guys have had similar. So you're not too far off on that. It's looks very real.
Right. This thing just really jumped real fast. The first
Yes.
second, it just boom, it jumped back, and then its hand showed up
Yep.
on its way
And
backward.
you can see now how I use tools like SM Player, and then
Mm-hmm.
my other video software that I use that will do pretty much the same thing, to where I can slow it down. I could slow a second down to 2 or 3 minutes.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
For the first 2 seconds of that, that's what where the action was at on this
Yeah.
camera. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
And filters too.
yeah. Have you heard of any any real good stories lately, experiences from people or yourself, Les, here recently?
Yes. So in February, either February, January, this lady reached out to me from Clinton, Arkansas. It was about 40 to 50 miles, or maybe 60 miles from here. She said that she's been having um, paranormal experiences with things falling and touching her, and to the point where she's just gone crazy. And I said, "Well, have you had any UFO activity?" She said, "Yes, I've had UFO activity as well." So we went up there, and the cool thing was, is it looked like Georgia, so it was great. It was a bunch of trees that were surrounding her house, and I got stuff set up. And our spirit talker said there is a presence behind the mirror, and that is the time that my wife's spirit talker said that there was something past the mirror, and you can find that too on my Objects and Orbs channel. And then I got a very beautiful UFO of the one that we were talking about with multiple colors. The ones that I were talking about
Mm-hmm.
that checked on me, the organic ones, beautiful, beautiful craft. Oh my gosh. And so I also caught orbs in her house, and I got stuff on the spirit talker as well. So I kind of I still have kind of a more of a production on that. My dad came to visit me a few times here in the studio. He passed away in 2023, and I lately I've been getting these shivers go up my spine more than anything you could even think of, that are like electrical. It was like zzz, like
Yeah.
that. I could feel him, and then it'd be gone. And I could hear him talking to me. And my I've got a REM pod, and I've got a K2 meter, and I've got a tri-field meter.
Mm-hmm. I
Oh,
got
in
the same
fact,
thing.
yep. In fact, this is my baby right here. This is my tri-field. I love
Yeah.
it.
Yeah,
I
you got the new one. Yeah.
yeah,
I got an older one.
I love it. I
Yeah.
love it. It's amazing. And I even have, I don't know if you ever watched Skinwalker Ranch.
Yes, I do.
Okay, so you know that radio that they use that picks up 1.6 gigahertz
Yeah.
is this. This is what's known as an RTL SDR. So it's about maybe $40, and you plug it into pretty much any computer. You don't even need any service. You can use this as a full spectrum radio. So I could pick up ham operators on this. I can pick up train, uh, drivers. I can pick up police. I can pick up shortwave, FM, AM,
Hmm.
and then of course I can do 1.6, and I have seen some 1.6 stuff happen. I've seen some crazy stuff with the frequencies, and this RTL SDR, it's amazing. Oh, let me see.
Where do you get them at? You have to
So
order them,
you
I guess.
yes, so you can get these on Amazon. So
Okay.
just type in it's rtl-sdr.com, and they send you out a bunch of different antennas and stuff, and you can get different connectors like this, to where it's got a little screw up here at the top, and you can convert these to what's known as an RCA plug or cable, and then this will go to cable TV. Hold on just a sec. All right, there we go.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
this is
Cable.
this is a coax
Coaxial.
connector. Yep. And I've got antennas hidden back over on this wall back over here, and I got an antenna behind me, and then I've got an antenna going outside for my AM, and it's great when you have everything grounded, and that's
Mhm.
one of my latest things is to kind of prove that God is alive, that there is a
Yeah.
God. So
There is a creator, a
yes,
source, and
and
I
a
think
creator, a great source.
extraterrestrials know that too.
Yeah.
I had
And
a friend today who was talking to me. We had a lunch meeting with friends get together, and was talking about angels. And I forget what his argument was, but he doesn't know much about the topic really. But he hit me with a question. He said, I thought you said that you saw angels, and because I said that ETs were angels, and he said that I think we got into religion a little bit,
right,
and I said, well, I'm not a religious person. I said,
right,
but I'm a spiritual person.
yes.
And I told him, I said, well, I don't think angels are particularly Christian. I mean, they're
No, they're not.
spiritual. They're from the source, from the creator. So and I said, yeah. And ETs have been confused with being angels too. And they say some ETs could possibly be angels. And there's been military intelligence people and people that research this stuff. They have said that. So that was my argument. I said, and he said, yeah, you trust the military or the government? I said, not really. I said, but when you have a lot of people saying the same thing and it's coming leaking through CIA and everything
Right,
else, you
right.
start believing this if you hear it from several sources. Sure, I kind of think I've had spiritual when I've had encounters, they were all spiritual, like you're saying. You
Angelic,
feel it,
yes.
angelic,
You do
and
feel
you
it.
you feel that, and to me personally, I think possibility that half of them might be angelic. Who
Okay.
knows?
So have you ever seen a color wheel?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Hey, see, these are all colors, right?
Mm-hmm.
Courtesy of Sherwin Williams. Okay, what color is it in the middle of the middle of a color wheel?
I would have no idea. Maybe yellow.
No, white.
Okay.
It becomes white. Now, on the other end of that is black, right?
Mm-hmm.
The opposite of white.
Yeah.
Okay. So I've been getting esoterical lately because I've been using some medical cannabis, and it's kind of opened up my mind. Did you know that? And I've been told that this is kind of esoterical because it reflects some of the things from the Monroe. I found this in a Monroe Institute folder for some reason. I found this thing called the Book of Wisdom, and it's bizarre. But
Mm-hmm.
so, did you know that God is not Christian?
Yeah. Right. He's not. I mean, when Jesus was around, it wasn't called Christianity because it didn't happen until 250 years later.
But he's also not Muslim because Muslims think he's Muslim,
Yeah.
but
Well,
Buddhists think he's Buddhist. But God created all these people. He created religion. Why? Because he's never going to die, right?
or did man create religion?
That's
Or
right.
elites,
That's right. That's right.
deep
That's
state?
right. Man created the scriptures that people use. Now people get hung up whenever you call him God. And what do you call him? You
Who,
call him
Jesus?
no. You called the supreme creator,
So I call it a creator and source.
a creator, the great source.
Hmm.
Exactly. Right. So if you take the religion out of it, it's still there.
Yeah.
Okay. Now if you look at a sine wave, do you know what a sine wave is?
Yes.
Okay. For those who don't know, a sine wave goes like this. It looks like your hill.
Hmm.
It goes underneath to become a valley. And right below, right in between is is a line. Okay. Now, is a sine wave the same as electricity?
That's,
Yes.
that's how I studied electricity when I was an electrician, with
Yes.
sine waves and things of that nature.
Positive. That's
Yeah.
right. Positive, negative, and ground.
Hmm.
So if you look at it, if you look at the top hill and you turn that into all positive and you turn the bottom hill into all negative, so what's on the side of those hills? Space, right?
Hmm.
Okay. Now that's where God is. He's within that space. Do you know where the white and the black is on the color wheel?
Yeah, what you were
If you
saying,
look at it at the same time, one white eye or one color wheel with your left eye and one black with your right eye, it kind of looks like a tunnel. So, do you know how ET gets around?
through portals.
Portals, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
And what does magnetism have to do with portals? So, they sneak right in and sneak right out. So,
Yeah,
this is a magnet. Do you know, you know Mark Fiorentino, right?
I've heard of him. Yeah, I don't.
Okay, he is a professor of magnetism. He's a friend of mine. And he was just writing a book. So if both magnets are both about the same, which one's going to attract each other first? Is it going to be the negative or the positive?
It's going to be the negative that attracts, doesn't the
Okay,
positive?
watch this. Give me just a quick sec. All right. Okay. See this?
Hmm.
If you look very closely, it's not connected. Very, very closely.
Okay.
Okay. Now, you know what this is? This is, oh, and this is connect. This is hanging up with bolts and steel wire. That tells you, do you see it falling? Not,
Falling.
not falling, right? But
Okay.
it's standing up.
Okay.
You know, watch this. Doo-doo-doo, bing. This is magnetism.
Yeah.
Okay, now this is a hard drive magnet. It would rather try to attract than fall. Okay, with magnetism, plus and minus once again.
Hmm.
It can't be all plus, it can't be all minus.
No.
So it also describes the creator. Did did the creator create all good and no bad? No.
No.
Um, because if it was all good, you wouldn't know bad, right?
Yeah. Right.
Okay. Same thing with bad. So do you think we live in hell?
No.
Some people do.
I know, but I
But
think this is a learning for our souls, our spirits, to learn how to be a human.
but here's the thing. Remember, you can't have all bad
No.
because if it was all bad, you wouldn't know good.
Hmm.
Okay,
Yeah.
so let's go back to that sign. Let's look at that sine wave again. The sine wave is all positive and yelling and screaming. And, you ever been in a house where everybody's yelling and screaming?
Yeah.
And then you go into, or you ever been into a house where somebody's been all depressed?
Yeah.
Okay, so can you imagine putting me and five other ADHD people in with a depressed person? We would be talking your ears off and you would forget you're depressed. So what we did is we're going to use the stats, the volumes on the mixer, and we're going to crank it just enough to make it even. So if you put a little square at the in the middle of your plus sign, remember that plus sign. If you're in the middle of that, it's always going to go for infinity. If you stay within the plus sign, you always stay grounded. That is where the portal is. That's how they get around
Yeah.
because change that to where there's maybe not a negative and maybe not a positive. And that right there can also explain God too,
Okay.
or
Yeah.
or a supreme creator.
Yeah.
And
Les, we're moving up past on the hour, so
all right.
we're going to close the show. And Les Durrant, thank you so much. And tell us how we can get a hold of you.
Yes, if you have any questions or a sighting or even some analysis you want me to do, it is objects and orbs at gmail.com. And you can always friend me on Facebook. You can always look up my name on Google. Just go to Google search, type in Les Durrant, Durrant. That's all you have to do. If you use AI, and I love AI because I'm ADHD, it it says things that I want it to say in a far better way.
Yeah.
Chat GPT, my name, Chat GPT is very
Mhm.
good. I
Yeah.
type in who's Les Durrant, and that's really the best thing that you can do. But go to my YouTube channel, like and subscribe because I only need 5 subscribers to get to 1,000 views. And I want to thank you too, Dave, because you were my first interview, which was great. And at the time, I didn't have a webcam or nothing. I have just had my phone. So
Yeah.
I think
So yeah, you've come a long way,
yes,
Les. Yeah.
yes, thank you.
Thank you so much for doing the show,
Sure,
Les
sure,
Durant. It just I appreciate your time and what you did
sure,
pre-show.
sure.
You were talking about technical things, and ladies and gentlemen, and everybody else, whoever out there, ETs, extraterrestrials that see this, are people that have a different interest in seeing this. You've been listening to the Dave Emmons Strange Reality Show with Les Durant as my guest, and I'm signing off and saying good night, good afternoon, or good day. Thank you so much for following.